Mr. Nash, the dummies you asked for are finished. Should we line them up along the top of the walls now? No, for now, please get some sleep. Let the soldiers rest up until you see the signal. Understood. Oh, this is where you were! Mr. Nash! Mr. Nash! We've carried over lots of stones! Is there anything else you want us to do? Alright, I'll leave this one to you. Go gather up some cloth, then put together some beds in one of the classrooms so we can gather the casualties there. Okay! Alrighty then. Oh, Connell, what's up? Excuse me? We weren't able to find many runes, so I'm afraid we'll be coming up a bit short in the sealed orb department. I see. I wonder if there's another way. I'm certain there are some that are used by students for practice in the classrooms. Be sure to use the ornamental orbs as well. If you need more, ask old Ned in the basement. Ned? Yes, ma'am. Mr. Nash, we have prepared the oil you requested. Okay, you guys go ahead, and get some sleep. But if everyone else is working, we're all counting on you for the battle tomorrow morning. If you're exhausted before the fighting even begins, it could turn a victory into defeat. That's why I'm asking you to sleep. Understood. Nash, I've picked out all the militia members who have some experience using swords. But there are only about 30 in total. Is that okay? It will have to do. We've had some red bandanas made. Please hand them out to those soldiers. Alright. How much more can we manage to do before morning comes? Oh boy, we got battle music. It's pretty quiet. Their gates are still shut though. Our scouts should be reporting soon, but it looks like they're not planning to surrender. This way suits me better anyway. I can't wait to get my hands on the sweet spoils of war. Alright men, Green Hill apparently plans to defy us, so we'll move forward with the assault. Begin the preparations. Commander Rout, the scout's report has arrived. You forgot something. Huh? I said you forgot something. Think about what you just said. Ah. Yes, of course. Acting Corps Commander Rout. We've spotted several soldiers atop Green Hill's walls. They appear to be concentrating their forces in the front. I'm a little disappointed that you didn't add Lord in there. Right. Anyway, we will avoid the main gate in the south, and instead attack from the east and west. Nobody fall behind. The Highland Army will probably begin their attack soon. I'll only say this once, so please listen carefully. First, those of you with the red bandanas, encamp at the east gate. Each of you take one of Jude's spears. Next, those of you with the green bandanas, set up at the west gate. Same thing, don't forget to take a spear. I'll take command of the red group myself, and Shin will command the green group. Leave it to me. The task of those two groups is simple, and somebody shut up that fucking dog. Thrust downward with your spear at the Highland troops that are trying to climb up. Just like this. Simple, right? Don't worry about actually killing them. Just stab toward them and knock them away. Give it your undivided attention. Yes, sir! Next up, all citizens who are wearing yellow bandanas, you'll be following Teresa's instructions. Set up in the town. The Highland Army will be firing flaming arrows. Your task is to put out the fires they started. We can handle the walls, but we can't save the town from catching fire. Use the gathered water and devote yourself to firefighting. Yes, sir. Let's do our best, everyone. Tell him, Yuri. Alright, last order. The students who volunteered for the white bandanas, split up. Prepare the talismans Jean and Connell assembled and stay on standby behind the east and west walls. Yes! Yeah! That's the last of my orders. From here on, I only ask you do your absolute best. After I gave my orders, Teresa took over. My fellow citizens, the Highland Kingdom has brought its army before us. We who have not the strength for fighting, who know not any means for fighting, and had forgotten any intention of fighting, now the flame of hope is in our hearts, has been reunited. Through your help we have endured all-night work, and shortly intense fighting will begin. What the Highlanders wish to overcome and destroy is our pride, the pride of the citizens of Greenhill. We can surely win in the battle ahead. That much I believe. Yeah! Let's go! For Greenhill! Let's hurry up! There's no time to waste! So it's begun. Yes. Well then, I shall be off. Stay safe, milady. Yes. And you as well. I'm not the kind of person who can stay safe. And so the curtain was raised on the final act, the Battle of Greenhill. What had begun as a battle for my own life had quickly entangled me in a citywide struggle. Stopping to think about whether this was a good thing or a bad thing was pointless now. The gods of fate appear to prefer a strange assortment of irony at all times. Okay, signal the east and west units. Commence the assault. Yes, Your Excellency, Acting Corps Commander. You forgot Lord again. They're coming! Don't forget. We're not killing them, just stabbing and pushing them away. Don't forget your orders. Focus on the enemy right in front of us. The Highland attack had finally begun. Just as expected, it was a two-pronged assault from the east and west. The dummies placed above the main gate had served their purpose. Damn it! There's no end to them! Hyah! The militia soldiers are doing well. As long as they focus on stabbing downward, the Highland soldiers won't even be able to show off their swordsmanship. Alright, drop the stones now. One by one, we dropped the stones that the townspeople had gathered earlier. Ah! Damn! There's no way we can advance like this! Don't worry about the ones that make it up here. Let me take care of all of them. Just focus on pushing off the ones that are still climbing. Shin strode to and fro from on the west gate, slaying the Highland troops that held parts of the wall one by one. The west gate should be okay for now. Your Excellency, Acting Corps Commander Roud. Easton, especially west forces, are facing heavy resistance from the enemy. Soldiers who made it to the top of the wall were cut down one by one, and by a swordsman waiting above. We can't get through. And the cat's staring like right at me right now. That's creepy. Persistent, aren't they? Very well. Send in the magic users as reinforcements. We'll reduce the enemies on the walls to ashes. Understood. The Highland troops that had been attacking the east gate suddenly began retreating. There was no way that they were giving up the attack, of course. I gave orders to the students on standby behind the eastern wall. Next will be the magic attack. Timing will be at your discretion. Return fire with your talismans. Even before I had finished giving the orders, explosions struck several places along the wall. They were followed by lightning strikes, and the militia soldiers were scattered. The Highland Army's magic attack had begun. Upon seeing the attack, the students began to use their talismans all at once. From earth spells for magic protection, to water spells for recovery, and wind spells for magic reflection. Next up is a water rune talisman. Don't mix up your healing targets. Under Connell's direction, the students coordinated the talisman magic. Don't rush things. Concentrate and calm your hearts. Tell him, Jean. Jean gave the orders on the west gate. By coordinating her timing with Shin's movements, she was able to support him. I should be able to leave that side to them. Cat is doing some weird things down there. Trying to get into my 12-pack of Coke. I don't know what's up with that. We really stopped their attacks, huh? I wonder if they're... I wonder if they've given up. Indeed. Their attack seems to have died down, but they're still at it. They're just stalling for time to keep us occupied. They must be planning on bringing in the heavy magic users. Well, that's not good. Connell, use the canopy defense talisman. Oh, there you go. That would help. You have prepared one for each side, right? Hurry. Yes. What's wrong, Connell? It's no good. I just can't handle the level of magic in this talisman. I'm sorry. Damn. I suddenly noticed my heart pounding. This is my fault. Jean seems to have succeeded in expanding the canopy defense to cover the west gate. Well, of course, it's Jean. You don't get much better than Jean when it comes to magic using, you know. But there's not going to be enough time to run there. What should I do? There's no choice. Gotta do it myself. You want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. That's just the way it works. I have no choice. I'm not sure if I can make it in time, but there aren't any other options. I jumped down from atop the wall, grabbed the talisman from Connell, and tried to activate it. Well, there you go. My first try was a failure. If I can't do it, we're as good as finished. One more try. Gotta focus my spirit. Come on, Nash. You gotta get this done. No good. It won't activate. I could feel a surge of magic rising from the other side of the gate. This side will be turned to ashes if I don't get myself together. I'm desperate now, but I can't focus. I'll lend you a hand. There you go. Hurry. Focus. Don't think about anything else. Somehow, Jean had appeared behind me. She gently placed her hands on mine, lending me her strength. Right then, a power from within me surged forth, and I focused my consciousness on the talisman, and... there! There you go. Good old Jean. She knows what's going on. In the next instant, a shockwave reverberated around us. Just as the canopy defense field expanded, the enemy's furious blow attack hit. We escaped complete annihilation, but the militia seems to have suffered heavy losses. That's not good. But that's war for you. It's what happens. Not much you can do about it. Acting Corps Commander Roud. Our magicians have expanded their magical powers and are withdrawing. They're completely worthless. I was hoping to take this place unscathed, but since it's come to this, I'll turn Green Hill into a sea of fire. Deploy the Archer Squad. We'll fill the city with fire arrows. Understood. They're busting out the flaming archers now. Now that the Highlanders have finally decided to call out their magic attack, we had a spare moment to ferry the wounded into the Academy-turned-war hospital. I guess Nina's a nurse now? Hey! Leave this to me! Come on! Come on! It looks as though Nina has taken over the commanding role there. It's not like I had ordered her to, or anything. Yeah, well... Mr. Nash! The Highland Army is coming again. I see. So the second round is beginning. From here on out, it'll be a war of attrition. The Highland assault resumed. In addition to the heavy assault via ladders, they began to fire their arrows into the city center. This is the most critical moment. Teresa, I'm counting on you. Everyone, remain calm and fight the fires in your assigned areas. Attacks on the west side are the most severe. Please focus on putting out the fires. When arrows begin falling into the city, please withdraw alongside the walls. Arrows are headed towards the university. Leave the university campus to the students. Don't panic. We don't have enough water. Wait, I'll go draw some more. Out of the way! I'm using a wind magic talisman. Teresa's group is also doing well. The enemy is firing their arrows in waves, but with water prepared and the students eagerly using wind magic to take care of the blazes, they're pulling it off. I have my hands full with a wall to defend. The militia's weariness has reached its peak. Our defenses were being overcome more often, but each time, between my swords and explosives, we managed to somehow endure. Just as I thought, the attack from beyond the gate had ceased. The arrows began to fall once again. Somehow the enemy had figured out what was going on in the city. They seemed to be aiming for the citizens, firefighting inside. Most of the volleys were now centered on the main street of the city. As commander of her group, Teresa would be there herself. If Teresa were to be struck now, this could turn into a rout. Come on! Stay out of the way! So praying, I jumped down from the wall. Those assigned to the inn won't be enough. Take half of the people assigned to the center. Lady Teresa, watch out! Huh? Ah! I left the wall's defenses to Connell and the militia and ran to Teresa's side. Running to Teresa's side, I found her surrounded by a circle of townspeople. I waded my way through the crowd, ordering people to return to their firefighting. Are you alright? Yes. My arm's been... but I'm still alright. Teresa remained steadfast, but the citizens around us couldn't hide their unrest. As I thought, she was the anchor for their spirit. She stood back up, which would do wonders for morale. My fellow citizens, I am alright. Please think only of protecting Greenhill now. This body's fate shall be one with the city's. Immediately following her statement, Teresa collapsed for a second time. Yuri can handle Teresa's first aid. It'll be time to set the final plan into motion soon. Mr. Nash, is Milady safe? She's being given first aid. I'll be leaving soon in any case. Of course, that is why I returned. They were after my life from the start, but you don't need to. Should I instead let my swordsmanship get rusty? Very well. Shin and I sped on to execute the final plan.